mortal help me, please? I don't know if you can understand me. My mind is a storm of images and voices and memories. I can see every reality all at once, the many paths. But my grip on this realm keeps slipping. But you... I see that you are real. My name is Ithelia. I am what mortals call a Daedric prince. My power... I feel myself losing control. These echoes, I summoned them, but I did not mean to. The inn... it drew me here, called to me. I need something it can provide. Possibilities, probabilities, places where fate takes a different course. Some lead to here, others to there. And a few they lead to... elsewhere. But this place, it has something I need. A phrase emerges from the storm. Sage's dream. Yes, that's it. A drink, I think. It tastes of belonging. Cohesion. The innkeeper, ask him to make this drink for me. Quickly, before the storm takes me again. I remember so little about myself. Why is that? Did someone... Yes. Mora, he did this. But Sage's dream... I know it can help me even as the details slip away. Please, ask the innkeeper. I feel certain he knows something.
Well, at least she's finally talking. That's better than I ever managed. I hope you told her to get out of here. My remaining customers are starting to talk about settling their bill and finding someplace less strange. I knew she wanted a drink. But Sage's dream? Never heard of it. And I've memorized every recipe in every edition of the Innkeeper's Helper. Wait, I just remembered. We might be in luck yet. The previous owner left junk all over the courtyard. I've been sorting through it and noticed a book on obscure and ancient drinks. Maybe it contains a recipe for Sage's dream. Go back there and find that book. Gilredal's Book of Obscure and Ancient Spirits. That's the book's name. Search around the courtyard behind the inn. Also, try the outbuilding in the far back. I found junk in there, too. Bring me the book, and we'll see if it has the recipe we need. Not a clue. Innkeepers get plenty of requests they don't understand. Our job isn't to ask questions. We're here to listen and help customers relax and forget their problems. Though, maybe that's different for this patron. Strong drink fogs the mind, right? Makes some pains less sharp. But doesn't her mind seem clouded already? Maybe even stormy? I think she wants a drink that will provide her with some clarity. She hasn't moved once since you left. I tried talking to her, but she only muttered quietly to herself. I'd almost feel bad for her if I wasn't losing sales. Oh, did you find that book on obscure drinks? An Aeliad drink. Odd. This inn was built on Aeliad ruins. Just a coincidence. Tirum weed, hark fruit juice, loot berries. I've never even heard of these ingredients. I can mimic that flavor profile, though. Just need some substitutions. I need to think about it. Maybe some frost miriam? Oh, some lotus might work. In the meantime, I need to make some syrup. Go to the cellar and grab some sugar. I'll keep thinking about this until you get back. Reproducing a sage's dream sounds like a fun challenge. It'll certainly take my mind off of what's happening to my inn. You'll find stairs to the cellar in the room behind you. It opens up into an old ruin, but don't mind that. Never. I've learned about drinks from across Tamriel, and none of these ingredients sound familiar. But that won't stop me. Maybe we can bring this drink back into popularity. Oh, sure. You'll find these old ruins all across Colovia. The first owner built the inn on top of some. Whoever dug out the cellar broke through into ruins and just left it that way. I use it for storage now.
Something hides here. I feel its hatred thick and sour. Perhaps I can call it to us. This horrid relic rose from the ground. I need to talk. When you left, I was compelled to follow. I saw an image of you entering this chamber, and I knew I had to be here with you. But then this awful lamp appeared, rudely popping out of nowhere. I hate the damned thing! The storm in my head, remember? I cannot focus through all the overlapping paths. I think this damned lamp was used against me, but I cannot understand how. Could you pick it up? I wished to examine it, but could not stand holding the horrid thing. Over here. I sense a path that wishes to be explored. Shine the lamp, please. I know this. A doorway to the many paths. Step through and I will follow. My power abandons me here. I will follow if I can. That lamp led us onto the many paths. But why would the lamp bring us here? And why do I hate it so much? Perhaps the answers lie at the end of this path. In the inn, my power surged, but I could not control it. Here, it feels distant, like there is a conflict. As if my power does not know to join me, or to join another. I must try to resolve this. You go on. I shall join you when I can.
The enemy approaches. They come to imprison my prince.
No, Torvasad. They are different. Approach, Pathwalker, and speak with me. A mortal Pathwalker. Such a creature is quite rare. And I see you are accompanied by one of my reflections. An Ithelia from a different path. You carry something else with you. It feels like hatred. Tell me, why have you come to my reality? The Lamp of Clarity. A relic created to hunt me and my unseen. It carries a spark of its creator Azora within. That gives it a bit of awareness. It must know that your Ithelia poses a threat. But why lead you to me? Ah. Sage's Dream is the mortal name for our connection to the many paths. It manifests as a drink, but is brewed from ingredients infused with my very own essence. Drinking it will reconnect my reflection to the many paths, and stabilize her power. They bloom in my shadow, or in the shadows of other Ithelias. Each path's ingredient is unique. You can find Tiramweed here, but the rest grows in other realities. Take what you need, Pathwalker. Then you must leave before my fellow princes arrive. This is my end, Pathwalker. Hermaeus Mora has declared me a threat to reality and comes to imprison me. I am tired of fighting. It is the same on every path I have examined. If this is my fate, so be it. Take my Tiramweed and go with my blessing. I suppose so. If she's lost control of her power, then she needs someone to stabilize her. It seems she chose you for this task. The more information you have, then, the better. An extended separation from the many paths, perhaps. Oh, yes, I see it now. Your Ithelia already suffered Mora's punishment. Her power was stripped from her when she was locked away. She needs to calm the storm as her power seeks to return to her. Ithelia. She is a reflection of me. She knew about Sage's dream. I remember now. My followers praised me in this chamber while I drank from a goblet. Gather the Tiramweed that she offered so we can make the drink.
I found your conversation with my prince very interesting. Immortal walking the many paths, and in service of the Fate Changer. I must respect that. I hope you find what you need to help your Ithelia. Maybe you'll succeed where I have failed. Other Daedric princes, led by Hermaeus Mora, approach, coming to imprison Ithelia. Despite my protests, she refuses to resist them. After all the battles, I do not understand why she now chooses to just surrender. It makes no sense.
Why does my prince allow this mortal to speak with her? Hermaeus Mora and the other betrayers approach. We have no time to waste with mortal.
Another Ithelia. So powerful and proud. Collect the ingredient and let us go back, mortal. Here. I offer you a path home. Take it with my blessing. A new path appears. Use the lamp, mortal. So much of the path we just walked was familiar to me. The shrine, my scions. I remember it now. When Hermaeus Mora and the others arrived. Took my power. Locked me away. I had a plan as well, but I do not remember just surrendering like that. I sent Torvasard and the other scions away. They had to remain hidden, free to act when the time was right. The rest is still unclear. We learned much on that path about the Lamp of Clarity and Sage's Dream. Step through. Let us see where this path takes us. Dread fills this path. Find the ingredient, but use caution. We are not welcome here. They always served me well.
A most gratifying resolution.
These shelves were full in our reality. Not ransacked like this. The lamp led us to the same location as the first path, but in a much different reality. I see my loyal soldiers line the halls, but despair fills the air. We are not welcome here. Tread carefully as you search for the ingredient we need. This shrine appears old, decayed. What happened here? Have Mora's forces finally come? Then I am finished. No. You do not belong here. But a reflection of the Prince of Pards travels with you. Have you come to revel at my defeat? To watch Hermaeus Mora imprison me? How shameful that I attract a mocking audience. Get on with your gloating, then. Of course she lost control of her powers. All Ithelias are fragile creatures. They break under the slightest pressure. Just like glass. How did you get here, if my reflection cannot control her power? How did you walk the many paths? My Shardborn should gut you. Whether you intend it or not, this humiliates me even more. An item of my ruin born by a reflection who walks free. If it will get you to leave, I have Harkfruit, one of the ingredients for Sage's dream. Take it and go. Azora's lamp is not a friend to Ithelia, Pathwalker. All the relics work to subdue us. If it helps make a Sage's dream, it is not to empower my reflection. No matter. My fate here is sealed, so what do I care? Take your Harkfruit and leave me. Accepted. All that I am will soon vanish from reality. How could I possibly be comfortable with annihilation? No. I feel dread. Resentment. Anger. And totally ashamed by my obvious weakness. When word arrived of Hermaeus Mora's plan for me, I crumbled. My followers are loyal, but they couldn't face down the combined might of the other princes. What resistance we presented was quickly crushed. Another testament to my weakness. Mora's army has surrounded the shrine and will soon pour in. I will have no choice but to let them imprison me. My followers may be locked away as well, or scattered across oblivion. It does not matter anymore. Let them come. This reflection seems resigned to her fate. Quite different from the other. Let us get the ingredient and go. I saw how to open a doorway. Let us return to the inn's cellar. I sense this is the last path calling to me. Use the lamp here, mortal. Like before, this path stirred up memories. I experienced the same dread before Hermaeus Mora's forces arrived. But I did not collapse like a coward. I commanded my Shardborn to resist, and they obeyed. The struggle, I recall, was epic. I remember the armies of the other princes pounding on the doors to my shrine. My loyal Shardborn readying their weapons. The sounds of unrelenting battle. I recall the princes standing in judgment over me. Then, blackness. She is correct. I should not trust Azura's lamp. But it led us to 2 ingredients needed for a sage's dream, and now we have Tiramweed and Harkfruit. 1 more and we can make the drink, and then I can regain control of my powers. Step into the many paths once again, mortal. Unbridled anger fills these halls. We have entered a war zone. Find the last ingredient, but be careful.
Find Mora's many eyes!
Reality in this path is extremely fragile. It might shatter. Hurry! I remember this as a place filled with light and joy. This is not that place. Hermaeus Mora consumes this shrine. His response to the savagery of Ithelia's defense.
No, you must not bring that reflection any closer. Speak with me, and I shall explain. Your Ithelia, does she not sense it? The Ithelia of this path, my prince, has lost herself. She has become the monster that Hermaeus Mora foresaw. If she cannot regain control, this reality is finished. Why does a mortal walk beside an Ithelia? Then I hope you succeed where I have failed. I tried to get my prince to calm down, but she lashed out at Mora's forces with her full fury. The more she fought, the more lost she became. Perhaps there is still a chance for you. How can I help? Why would... Oh, I understand. Azura's lamp wants to preserve your reality. By helping your Ithelia regain control, she can be safely imprisoned again. The ingredient you need is close by. Loot berries. Hurry and take them before it is too late. Flee while you can, mortal. Save your own life. Just spare a thought for this doomed path, if you survive. I suspect we will not last much longer. I suggest you take the loot berries and run. Good luck. Ithelia is the fate changer, the unweaver. She has power unlike any other Daedric prince. The power to shift existence itself. Mora long suspected that Ithelia was dangerous, but full of uncontrollable rage. Reality itself unravels around her. The unimaginable. Can you contemplate what happens when reality shreds like parchment beneath a saber cat's claws? Nothing remains when existence ceases to be.
Mora dares! Damn his eyes! Every one of them!
Make better choices!
He wanted a monster! Behold the last tomorrow! Behold the
Ithelia shows
destroyer of
uncontrolled
reality!
rage. It will consume every piece of this reality.
Mora's twitching tentacles! I'm glad that's done!
We must leave this path before my reflection destroys it.
There you are. Come here. I have an idea about the sage's dream. Did you get lost down here? Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. That woman is back upstairs, sitting by the fire, so I came looking for you. I think I figured out how to make a sage's dream, even if we don't have the proper ingredients. What? You do? Well, that makes things easier. I'm not sure where you got ingredients that no longer exist, but the good innkeeper knows when not to ask questions. Can you help me make the drink? I'll read from the recipe book while you do the rest. I turned my alchemy stove into the finest experimental drink maker in Tamriel. You can be the first to try it. For each ingredient, We'll need to get the temperature just right. I'll call out for more or less heat. You turn the appropriate valve. First, place the Tyrum weed in the apparatus. Slowly apply heat to steep the Tyrum weed. No one ever wanted to try one of my experimental drinks before. All they ever ordered was mead or ale. Now I can finally put this apparatus to the test. Just follow along with my... Needs more heat. No one ever wanted to try one of my experiments. Too hot. Reduce the heat. You burned that batch. We'll have to start over. Slowly apply heat to steep the Tyrum weed. Needs more heat. Too hot. Reduce the heat. That looks nicely steeped. Next, place the hawk fruit in the apparatus. Apply heat to liquefy the hawk fruit. Again, not too hot. It needs to be hotter. You'll burn the fruit. Reduce the heat. The hawk fruit looks properly reduced. Now add loot berries to the apparatus. You should chill the loot berries without freezing them. It needs to be cooler. It's getting too cold. Don't freeze them. Perfectly chilled. Now, to blend the drink. 2 parts steeped tiramweed and hawk fruit juice for every 1 part of chilled loot berries. That's the exact amount of loot berries we need. That's too many loot berries. We'll begin again. No one ever wanted to try one of my experimental... That's just the right amount of hawk fruit juice. No need for more. That's the perfect amount of tiramweed. Too much tiramweed. We'll start a new blend. That's just the right amount of hawk fruit juice. No need for more. That's the perfect amount of tiramweed. Don't add any more. Looks like a perfectly blended sage's dream. Pour the finished drink into that carafe. Now, grab the drink and take it to that strange woman. I'll meet you upstairs.
We walked the many paths together and learned much, mortal. Yet I still cannot control my power or... Finally. The storm abates and I can clearly see the many paths. I can discern one reality from the next and my mind is clear. I am myself again. I am Ithelia, Prince of Paths and Mistress of the Untraveled Road. I shall set things right. The echoes I dragged from disparate paths are free to return to their own realms, and allow me to untangle the threads of fate and restore balance to this reality. I thank you, Pathwalker. And I am jealous of you. We learned that every Ithelia is dangerous, a broken creature that ends up hunted. We cannot change who we are. But mortals, you choose your paths. You don't need the powers of a Daedric prince to alter your fate. I envy this. Goodbye, Pathwalker.
You did it! Oh, that strange woman has left and taken the shadows with her. Time to start running a regular inn again. Maybe I'll add the sage's dream to the menu. Provided I can get some more of those ingredients.
The people are gone. I just had a good conversation with one. She didn't say much, but that's fine. Bring them back!